All right, I apologize. I'm a little late on this, but I was planning on doing an entire 2026 horror release list. I wrote down tons of titles, but then I realized that I do this every year, and of course, the list is super incomplete because they haven't announced even remotely close to everything. And also, tons of titles never end up happening. You know, you get really excited and you're like, yeah, Saw 11's coming out this year or whatever. And then we get excited and it never happens. And it's like, what the hell? So I feel like it's a safer bet to just do the month that we're in because you can pretty much guarantee that everything on this list will for sure hit its target release date. And for the most part, I feel like I'm going to know about almost everything. I always end up missing a couple things, though, always. And sometimes they're big things that I'm like, almost embarrassed that I missed, where I'm like, shit, there's just so many things you're always trying to focus on, and you just lose it somewhere in the shuffle. So, of course, as always, if you know of something else that is noteworthy to you, just say it. Whatever else you think comes out this month, that you know comes out this month, throw it in the comments below, and I will, I'll pin it, I'll comment on it, whatever, to be like, yeah, that one, shit, I didn't include it. So please do. Let's start here with two movies that have already been released, I've already seen, and I loved both. So you already got my seal of approval on two films that are currently in theaters right now. They're starting 2026 off very strong. Honestly, this might be the strongest January I've ever seen for horror. This is actually a pretty insane month. So if you're like me, you're going to be pretty damn excited because there's just like quite a few titles here that I'm like, whoa. And I already know two rock. First one being We Bury the Dead, starring Daisy Ridley. Zombie film, but much more focus on the drama side of things. Now, I will point out that Kaylee and we have reviews for both We Bury the Dead and the other title that I'm mentioning right now, The Plague. We loved both, but if you want a deeper dive, more information on these titles, then go and find our review. Shouldn't be much further down than this video on our channel because we just reviewed it a couple days ago. But yeah, that's a cool drama zombie film that has a unique plot, and I thought that the themes that they explore really paid off well in the end and left me pretty thought provoked. I was sitting there really thinking about things, and it resonated with me. And also, same with The Plague. The Plague is about bullying. And that's really all you need to know about it. They're 12 to 13-year-old kids. And they say one kid has the plague. And of course, it's all about avoidance and isolation and how much that can just screw with the mind of a kid, or pretty much anybody, to be honest, but when you're a kid especially. So that's a hard watch for sure, and but a damn good one. So those are two I can give you my thumbs up on. Definitely go check them out. They are in theaters right now. Okay, so next up is a movie called Sleepwalker that I'm only mentioning because Hayden Panettiere, is the star of this movie. And I know a lot of people love her, obviously from Scream as Kirby, and she's been in a couple other things, obviously, plenty of other things. But I know she's a fan fave. Also, Beverly D'Angelo from the Vacation movies is also in this. This is about a woman whose kid dies. Her husband, who's abusive to her, ends up in a coma, and she's kind of dealing with all of the mental anxieties and shit that comes along with losing your child. Obviously, she's beyond devastated. Her mind is fractured, and she starts seeing things, and she's dealing with all the anguish and the grief and the loss, and of course, things are not going well for her. Honestly, the trailer did not look that promising, but I only brought it up because Hayden is the star. All right, that's January 9th. So that'll be on VOD. It says limited release, but that never means shit. It's probably like one theater in like California. But it'll be VOD. Anyway, next up, same day, January 9th. This is going to be on Tubi. You guys know I love my Tubi. Gotta shout out my Tubi. And this is called Death Name. Now, this one is about a Korean girl who is in America. She wants to know more about like her ancestry. She's talking to what seems like, I think, her grandmother or something. She finds out about her Korean name, and from what I can tell, essentially her name is like a curse. If you say it aloud, you get cursed, you die. Death Name, you get it. Gimmick horror film on Tubi. Sign me up. I'm there. So I'm looking forward to that one. Now, same day in theaters. Now, when I say same day, you guys know the cool kids, aka me. I'm just kidding. We always, of course, go see the early release, which is the day before. So when I say January 9th, I really mean January 8th and so on for the rest of these that are theater releases, but you get my meaning. But according to the posters, it'll be January 9th. We have Primate. Now, this is my most requested review. I made a post about it. I was a bit of a dick about it, but I had gotten a lot of pretty shitty comments at one point, and it just irked me, so I probably went a little more off than I should have. But someone reminded me that I should be so lucky that anyone even cares about my opinion on anything, and for that, they are correct. Anyway, Primate. I'm sure you've seen the marketing for this. This is essentially Cujo with a monkey. It looks great. From what I can tell, my buddy Wyatt, who I have almost exactly the same taste of, got to see it in the AMC Scream Unseen showing that they did on Monday. I had tickets for it, but my kids decided to stay home and I couldn't pass up time with them, so I had to pass on it even though I knew what it was. I was like, screw it, I'll just go to the Thursday showing. So I will be reviewing this late Thursday night because I'm seeing it at like 10 p.m. So don't expect that one until very late into the night. But yeah, this family has a pet chimpanzee, I think. I think it's a chimp. I think it gets rabies, something like that. Something goes wrong with it and it starts attacking and killing them. Trailer looks great. Johannes Roberts directed this, from 47 Meters Down to Strangers Pray at Night. I like him as a director, so I am very much looking forward to this film. And I will be seeing it here in 2 days. So Primate, yeah. My wife will not be watching it, by the way, because she does not like when animals are vilified. So it'll just be me on that one. All right, next up. Now, this one I only threw on here because I did see it on a bunch of lists. Now, this is a film I am super over the moon excited for. Will it be enough horror or thriller to make a list, or will it be worthy enough to be on a horror list or whatever? Does it have the criteria? This is no other choice. This is from director Park Chan-wook, who I'm a huge fan of. I think all of his work is pretty masterful. One of the best directors currently working today. This had a very limited release on December 25th of 2025. I could not find it absolutely anywhere. It is getting a release here in Arizona as early as January 8th, but it's at a Harkins, pretty far from me, so I'm going to wait till the actual date when it becomes a little more wide, which is January 15th. This shit's all over the place, but I think the one that you're probably going to have access to will be January 15th. Essentially, you have a guy who is, he's trying to get a job. All the jobs are taken. This is, from what I could tell, this is the plot synopsis of the movie. He has to take extreme measures, which is kill the competition, get rid of them, eliminate them. This kind of reminds me a bit of a Chinese slasher movie called Dream Home. As far as the premise goes, I have no doubt it will be not similar in tone. But yeah, if you haven't seen a Park Chan Wook film, please do yourself a favor. Watch anything he's ever made. Do yourself a big, big favor on that one. So, anyway, no other choice. This could be a huge, huge film for the year, but will it count as a horror or thriller? It is labeled as thriller on IMDb, but for now, remains to be seen. I'll let you guys know. All right. Next up on January 16th, which of course, as I said, is the 15th, another movie we will be seeing here in theaters with Justin Long. This is called Night Patrol. This is about cops who are vampires. I saw small bits of the trailer in the theater. I wanted to avoid what this was about, but unfortunately I did get a quick glimpse that it is a vampire movie about cops at night, and Justin Long stars in it. So that's enough to get excited about right there. Also on January 15th, we have a movie called The Confession. This one looks okay. This is a VOD release. This is about a woman who finds a confession from her father that he killed people. And essentially this becomes a Pied Piper tale. So it's like folklore, Pied Piper film. Trailer looked okay-ish. So I thought I would mention it. And then also, another huge big movie right here that I'm going to be seeing actually in a press screening on Monday. We have 28 years later, The Bone Collector, which of course is the sequel to 28 Years Later, that I am very excited for. Yeah, I mean, what do I really need to say about this movie? I think you guys know everything you need to know about this film. Whether you're going to see it, if you're interested, if you're excited. I am very curious to see how this plays off of the end of the first one. As we all know, the end of the first one is like a big tonal shift, and I think it was kind of setting us up for what Nia DaCosta and this movie is gonna bring, and I'm very, very curious to see how this plays off of that. So 28 years later, the Bone Collector. Did I still call it the Bone Collector again? I keep doing that. The Bone Temple. The Bone Temple. I always want to say the Bone Collector, and I always do. That's a Denzel Washington, Angelina Jolie movie. Please stop calling it the damn Bone Collector. But, I mean, Ralph Fiennes' character in this is literally the Bone Collector, but he has a bone temple, so either one works. All right. So, next up, I have to mention this movie because we got to see this last year, and it was such a unique found footage film. This one comes out on January 23rd on VOD, and this one is called Dooba Dooba. This one is filmed primarily on security cams as a girl comes to babysit this very awkward young lady, and every time she has to like walk around the house when she's not in her vicinity, especially if she's like coming up the stairs or whatnot, she has to announce herself by constantly saying Dooba Dooba. You'll see why if you end up watching this movie. This one was definitely memorable for me. I can't say that I absolutely loved it or anything, but I enjoyed it for its uniqueness. So I had to mention it, especially since I've already seen it and I did like it. All right, next up, same day, January 23rd, in theaters, so 22nd, we have The Return to Silent Hill. Very exciting. Very exciting. I just beat the Silent Hill 2 remake on PlayStation 5 a week or two ago. I bought it and played through it, And then I actually didn't even know that Return to Silent Hill, the movie, that Christopher Gaines is coming back to direct. He directed the first one that everyone really likes. Is based solely on Silent Hill 2, the video game I just played. So after I watched the trailer, when I watched the trailer after I finished the video game, I was like, oh shit, this really is like everything from the game. This is awesome. So if you're a big Silent Hill 2 fan and you want to see a proper adaptation to the big screen, here you go. Return to Silent Hill. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm curious on which one of the 8 endings the video games has will the movie go with, or will it create a ninth, its own ending? We'll see. All right. Next up, we have the Addams Family new movie. No, not Gomez and Morticia and Wednesday and Pugsley and Uncle Fester. Not that Addams Family. I have to always correct that when I talk about this family. But no, this is the family who brought us Where the Devil Roams, Hellbender, that family. The Deeper You Dig. Yeah, I am a big fan of these guys. This is a family, a husband, wife, and 2 daughters who make movies together. They write them, they direct them, they star in them, they do the music for them, they produce them, the whole thing. And that is always very exciting for me. Even if I don't love, everything like Hellhole, I still really respect and appreciate it, and it's inspirational. And John Adams, I've had him on the channel. We've talked quite a bit. Very cool guy. I've conversed back and forth with Toby, the mom, in instant messages on Instagram quite a few times. Very, very cool person. So I got nothing but love for them as people, and I like their movies. So, Mother of Flies. This will be on Shudder January 23rd. Essentially, you have a girl who finds out that she's dying, and she, of course, like all of us, she don't want to die. So she goes, seeking anything to, beat death, and she, I'm assuming, comes across the Mother of Flies. I can only assume it's like a witch, and there's always a price to pay for this kind of stuff. So looking for a cure and finds it, but the price is probably way too high. Anyway, all right. So next up, on January 27th, I came across this right before I started to record. I'm mentioning this because of the premise as well as who stars in it, which is Jason Biggs. When's the last time you saw Jason Biggs in something? I would say the last time I saw him in something was as the husband, right? In Orange is the New Black. I'm pretty sure he's the main character's husband, right? Yeah, anyway, he's of course the kid from American Pie, if you don't know the name. And this movie is called Untitled Home Invasion Romance. what an interesting title. And essentially, him and his wife are having issues, and so he stages a home invasion to try to fix their marriage. Now, this actually kind of reminds me a bit of the premise for the movie My Boyfriend's Back, which is a guy who stages a liquor store holdup to try to impress this girl at school, while of course things go wrong and an actual robber comes into the store unbeknownst to him. So he tries the tough guy act and he gets himself killed, thinking that he's stepping in front of his friend, pretending to be this guy. So I don't know. I saw that premise and I was like, okay, interesting. And Jason Biggs, and it looks like it's more of like a comedy kind of thriller horror thing, but I had to mention it because of Jason Biggs. Okay, next up, both of these will be in theaters. I will be seeing both of these, except for, I'll tell you right now, the first movie I'm about to mention, Sam Raimi's new horror movie called Send Help, starring Rachel McAdams. Um, this one, as I said, January 30th. I'm actually seeing this on the 24th, a week before. They're doing an advanced early screening um, at AMC for sure. So definitely look into that. If you're looking forward to this one, you can see it a week early, and it is part of AMC A-list, so you don't even have to pay extra for it. So very exciting. I will be seeing this on the 24th, and you have a girl who gets caught on an island with her boss, and yeah, all bets are off. Sam Raimi, return to horror. What else do I need to say? And then lastly here, we have another video game adaptation here, which is going to be made by Markiplier, who I don't know him at all. I know he is a big internet personality who I think was really into like Five Nights at Freddy's, right? Like he did playthroughs of that. Wasn't he? Did he get? Did he make a cameo in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, or was that a different guy? I don't know. I'd have to ask my wife. But I know he's like a big, YouTuber, and he's doing a video game adaptation of the 2022 game Iron Lung. And this is about. I mean, the premise is pretty heady. It's pretty out there for sure. There's like a future where like habitable planets and stars have disappeared, and there's like a spaceship kind of flying through the galaxy, and there are these convicts who are selected to take a submersible called the Iron Lung into an ocean made of blood. Like, this is way out there shit. Like, what is this premise? This is not like wild shit, and I'm so here for it. So yeah, he wrote, directed, stars, the whole shebang, and it also has Troy Baker in it. So Joel himself from The Last of Us, the guy who does the voice for Joel, and is one of the big voice actors in video games, also is in this. So I thought that was pretty damn cool. And Iron Lung. I have tickets to go see this on January 29th, the night before, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it's all about. Sounds like a pretty wild premise, and Markiplier himself has stated that this will have the most blood ever used in a film. So I'm assuming that's because they go into an ocean of blood, and there's just going to be blood all around always. So there you go. So January shaping up. I mean, the big ones, obviously: We Bury the Dead, The Plague, Primate, No Other Choice, Night Patrol, 28 years later, The Bone Temple, Return to Silent Hill, Send Help, and Iron Lung. These are all movies that are getting released in theaters, and I have tickets to every single one of them, and I am stoked for every single one of them. What a huge month for horror. And this is January, guys. This is the month that we all knew as dump month. This is where they put out a bunch of crap that no one cared about, that they were just trying to get rid of because they didn't know what the hell to do with it. But January has changed, and this is probably the best January I've ever seen for horror. Now, hopefully the titles are good. Hopefully, I'm not like, oh wow, I mean, they looked promising, but I hated most of them. No, I'm very much looking forward to these, and honestly, I'm pretty confident about a good majority of these. So we'll see. Hopefully I'm not eating my words at the end of the month, but I will see you for the review on every single one of these and more. So what are you looking forward to? What did I miss? Let me know. I'll see you in the comments. Adios.